So it's a Friday night. What are you planning on doing?
You are now listening to Limited Trust, a Devastator podcast. Let's get into it.
Episode 148, Limited Trust, a Devastator podcast. It's fucking hot in here. It's not really that hot, but it is. It's a little warm. It's well insulated. Oh, I could see the boy's been using this like his personal fucking mechanic fucking room, and I see he fucked up my insulation over here. Whatever. Just looking at it right now, I can just see. I should have had this. I should have sealed it up, but things are changing around here, man. There's a good chance. There's a slightly good chance that I could be losing the pod studio here due to some other things that fucking came up, and I might have to find a new area to do this in. And I was so excited too, but. You know, this shit that came up, it would just be so much fucking easier just to be done with it and say, here's the area, here it is, go for it. Whatever, though. It's always fucking something, man. Like, I swear to God, it's just always something. But I'm not actually down. I'm actually in a pretty good mood. So we went to, Erica said, "Oh, they're having the demolition derby at the fair." I was like, "Oh, she's like, we should go tonight." I said, "Okay." Ronnie didn't want to go. Bone didn't want to go, so it was just us. So that was nice. So we went to the demolition derby. It fucking starts an hour and 10 minutes late. We're there, and I'm looking, and we're both kind of looking, and we're like, I don't think we're like seated in a good spot, because I had never been to this one before. So we're both kind of looking, and we are definitely not seated in the right spot. And as soon as the shit kicks off, all these fucking people go down against the fence, and where we are sitting, you can't even see anything. And the place is mobbed, and we're like looking at each other like, what the fuck? So you can like hear some cars, you know, and then every so often you see like a car, and we're like looking at each other. I'm like, this is some bullshit. I said, she goes, I can't fucking see a thing. I said, yeah, I know, me either. She goes, whenever you're ready to call it, because I know I still gotta come do this. I said, run it, wind it up. So we stayed for about 10 minutes into the cars hitting each other, and then fucking left. She's like, oh, let's get fries on the way out. I was like, all right. So we rolled up on this booth, or, you know, one of them fair fucking things. She goes, oh, they got the fries I like. She likes regular fries, not like the battered ones. It's hard to find like regular fries sometimes. Everyone goes with the battered fries or the steak fries or whatever the fuck. So anyway, so she's like, yeah, those ones. And I'm looking at the guy's got a bunch of sausages and peppers and shit. And I'm like, oh, I should get one of those. Didn't even look at the prices on the thing. I was just like, whatever. I had a dub out. She got a large fry and I got a sausage. How much you think that shit was? I'm gonna give you 5 seconds right now to say how much you think it was. A sausage and a large fry, which was like a small plastic bucket that was decent size, but not, you know, not as much as Five Guys would do for a large fry. Anyway, all right. So you got your guess in. I had a dub in my hand. He said $29. I said, and I'm holding the dub, and at first I thought he said, I don't even know what the fuck he said. You know, I just like kept trying to hand him it, and he's like 29, and I said, oh, Motherfucker. So he hands me, so he don't even give me a fucking plate, right? He hands me this sausage with peppers and onions and in like a fucking piece of fucking sub wrap. And I'm like, dude, I don't fucking eat bread. You know what I mean? Like I'm fucking, he don't know that, but dude, he couldn't give me a fucking plate. I would have just, tossed a bun. But then when I started thinking about it, I go, oh, dude, I looked beyond the guy. It was $16 fucking dollars for that sausage. I said, fuck this diet for tonight. I'm eating the bread. For $16. That's a $6 bread, because they must have been charging fucking $10 for the sausage. It was alright. It wasn't $16. Oh my god. You could buy a scribe for that, and it'll last you a year. Or more. So, that was my fucking Friday evening. I'm like, dude, what the fuck kind of shit is this? But anyway, if anyone, I know a couple people already reached back out to me, but if you are hearing this and have not seen the Instagram story, excuse me, if you have any leakage in your bottles, in your packages, let me know immediately. I bought these like little, the things that you like fucking, you'll see on like, I don't know, like a pill bottle or something, the tamper evident, whatever, seal shit. And that's supposed to keep the fucking liquid in and assist the cap at doing that. But apparently it seems to be not doing that. So let me know if there's any leakage. What I've been doing when I bottle the shit up is I have like a whole stack of little boxes that I fucking bring upstairs and bring downstairs, and that, I transport the shit upstairs for packaging or whatever. And when I put them in the box, I put everything upside down just to see if there's any like blatantly obvious leaking or anything like that. And I haven't seen any, but there's from credible sources, from reputable sources, not rando tando, I want something for nothing. But there's been a couple of reputable sources that say that there was it leaked a little bit. So then it got me thinking more like, should I start individually bagging the refills? And I'm like, all right, well, I have to source a bag that fits each one. Keep them separate so they don't, keep them isolated so they don't fuck the other bottles up. And I'm like, all right, just another expense. So what would they, what do they cost each? If they're going to be 10 cents each and you got 8 bottles, then, it's another cost, another fucking, anyway. So I don't know, that might be a thing, that might not be a thing. I got to look in after all the feedback comes in and see what people are saying. So it's all been good so far. And I've heard from some people who have gotten quite a bit of stuff and haven't had an issue. So I don't know. We're gonna see. So in other news, I did do something that is slightly out of character for me. I bought something for myself. Can you believe it? I get ridiculed on almost a daily basis because I don't buy anything for myself, especially if I need something. I don't buy anything for myself. But I've been looking at it since 2020. The Flipper Zero, man. And I said, you know what? I don't even know what made me buy it. I was listening to this podcast I listened to, Darknet Diaries, last week or a week or so ago. And I said, you know what, man? I want this fucking thing. So I bought that, and it should be here at some point. I don't know when. But so I'm happy about that. The new machine marker should be here probably tomorrow as well, I think. I don't know. I haven't checked any of the tracking. But that'll be here. And Devastator now has a fucking P.O. box. So I'm thinking about opening up possibly, like, if you want me to put your stickers in orders, because I know people like that. And I've always been kind of fucking hit and miss with having stickers for orders because there's just times I just couldn't afford it, and it's just another expense, man. And I know people like it. I know everyone likes stickers and da 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 da, but it is like the bottom line goes up, and you know, people want, yo, throw some stickers in my order and shit, but dude, it's just, I hate to sound like this, but it's just not really conducive to trying to keep my prices the same or at least comparable, you know. I've been trying so long to keep everything, and I think if you were to do like to look back and see, I don't think I've raised prices in a long time. Like a long time, things have been pretty much the same. And at some point that might have to change. I don't see that in the immediate future, but anyway, so I'm off on a tangent again. So I'm thinking about opening up the PO box if you want to send some stickers and shit in and get your shit placed in orders to get out there in the world. That might be something I'm gonna do. I'm not sure yet. Let me see how this PO box shit actually goes. Basically, I'm just trying to add another layer between myself and fucking psychopaths, because it's always in the back of my mind that I'm gonna fucking rub someone the wrong way and they're gonna come and try to kill me or something like that, or maybe not even come and try to kill me, but you know, people are fucking nuts. So I figured I'd just add another little layer in there of whatever. So Devastator got a fucking P.O. box, man. What else we got going on? The metallics and the white they've been kind of a hit. The white is special. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely fun to use. And I've dried it in a few places, and it dries really nice as far as texture wise and just how it feels. It cures nicely. So I'm happy with the white. I've come to terms with the white. I don't think I'll ever be happy with anything, but it was good enough, and I wasn't gonna put it out. So I'm glad I had a push in the right direction to say, yo, fucking, you put that out. It's time. But it's time to put it out. So put it out. So I did, and I'm glad I did. And I had some other dude in the fucking inbox today. Yeah, man. Yeah, I think he even commented on one of the metallic videos. Yeah. What do he say? It's metallic. Something about the fucking metallics. And I think a lot of times people like say these dumb fucking things to like. Let me look. Hold on. Is it here? Where is it? I don't know. Did he delete it? Maybe. I don't know. The guy said something about, oh yeah, that doesn't look bad. You know, blah, blah, whatever the fuck. Or maybe it was the one in use. Is it this one? Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. Camera. I don't know. Maybe he deleted it. I don't know. Anyway. It was something like, yeah, it's not bad. Metallics are really hard, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes in the inbox and he's like, this is my metallic, you know, my purple that I did. You know, these things are really hard to do. And I look and I can look at it and just, I know in 1 second what it is. Like, I know exactly what it is. And that's why I think some of these guys got this shit fucked up is, like myself and other, you know, Racked, Club Ghoul, you know, fucking people who've been doing this shit, they can look at this. We can look at these things and say, that's what that is. You know, that's definitely that. You are rebottling, or you are, you know, that's not, you know, scratch made, or that's not concocted from, you know, things that people might not otherwise know about. I guess would be, you know, this is like, that's a Home Depot trip that you're pushing on me as your as your creation. So anyway, I said, yeah, no, this is 100% alcohol. This isn't this is a little bit easier than anything oil based. Basically kind of pushing this kid like that. He's like, oh yeah, xylene and acetone. But as soon as motherfucker starts saying those two things, I'm like, alright, dog. Okay. I've only ever used fucking xylene as a buff test, and acetone the same. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm just doing something wrong, and I should be using these things in the mixes, but. What is Violet has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Violet has 8 ingredients, 3 of which are liquid. Is it 3 are liquid? Yeah, 3 are liquid, 2 are powder, and 2 are like a solid that I have to break down into a powder. They have to grind into a powder. So, I mean, I guess, you know. Well, anyway, the fucking point is none of those liquids are fucking acetone or Goof Off Pro. That's another thing I see people like using the gallons of Goof Off as like the solvent base, which I actually might use it one time just to see, like where I use alcohol, they use the Goof Off shit, but that's like a heavy hitter when it comes to removing alcohols. That's the, you know, for being kind of like what some might even think of the Goof Off or the what's the other shit called? I can't remember it. Goof Off or Goo Gone as like a novelty product. They're fucking really good. If you're ever struggling to get like any kind of adhesives or anything off of something, I really recommend you get that Goof Off Pro. I don't really know if it's much different than just the regular shit, but I think the price is pretty similar. You might as well get that. But that shit works for a lot of things, like very well. And when people get it on their skin and shit, or get it on their fucking, sometimes it ruins shit. But when you use, or not when you get mainly the Violet is a bad motherfucker. When you get that on to a surface that has a factory top coat. So I know like some countertops, even like bathroom countertops that, you know, that fake fucking marble or fake stone shit, sometimes they have like a very thin top coat, and what happens is the Violet is like a fucking animal when it comes to, like, you could probably get it on stone and wipe it off, or, you know, glass, whatever, you can chip it off. But when these things are coated, these surfaces, I don't know if it's like fucking weather resistance coating for, you know, because they're water, get water, anyway, whatever it is, that's what it ruins. And it gets into that fucking top coat like almost immediately. And it's like, I think one of the first videos I posted was like I dropped a single drip onto fucking this table that, you know, the mixing table downstairs, and just fucking, I dripped it and then wiped it, and it was stained like instantly. That's what happens. And I don't know if the Goof Off will get that out. If it has worked its way into the surface. Or whatever the surface, the coating, the top coat, whatever. If it's worked its way in there, it's fucked for the most part. You're gonna definitely damage the surface trying to get it off. But if it is a surface, what is that? If it's a non-porous surface, is that what you would consider, where it doesn't have little things to get into? A lot of times, if it's setting if it's like not seeped in, you can wipe it off with Goof Off Pro. Anyway, I'm going on a fucking tangent about how to get this shit off. And I saw a video of some company that, and I think it showed it to me because it was doing grout cleaning for ceramic tile. And I think because it knows, the algorithm, my device knows that I've cleaned floors. So it showed me this video of him laser blasting this grout. And I go, oh, that's kind of cool. If you've ever used a grout brush for fucking hours, you will see a laser and go, wow, that looks like it does a great job, and it looks like it'll take 10 times as long as using a fucking grout brush. So there's definitely there's pros and cons to that. There's a give and take to a laser. But then, so I was like, oh, let's go see what this company does, other kind of laser shit they have. And I I see that they were doing graffiti removal off of this like battleship gray kind of building, and then there was like some green fucking spray paint on it. And when they were blasting not really they were fucking laser blasting it, that's for sure. When they were blasting the block with this laser, it looked like it was going right down to the bare block. So I had to sit there and think about it for a minute, and the comments are like, oh my god, oh. And I'm like, all right, it's fucking green spray paint. I said, you just totally fucking blasted the side of this building down to the bare block. Now, what are you going to have to do after that? Well, you're going to have to paint it, of course, right? Because you just, went down to the bare block. And I'm like, so basically you just added a step in between fucking... You added a cool fucking futuristic step in between painting over the spray paint, which that's just what you do. I don't know. I mean, in that situation, it's a painted surface. You fucking paint over it. And if it's a mop tag, shame on them for using a mop on a fucking block building. That shit's annoying. Don't do that. If you're listening to this and you like using your mop on fucking concrete and shit, stop doing that, please. That's not what it's for. That's what fucking spray paint is for. Have you ever gone and you go look at fucking Machine Studios fucking their spray paint selection. There is a reason why there is 200 fucking colors. There's 10 or 15 different reds you can get. Go utilize those and use the fucking spray paint where it's necessary, where it belongs. That's what it's for. That's what it's for. Alright? Stop mop tagging fucking concrete. Don't do sidewalk fucking mop tags. What's wrong with you? Let's not do it. And I fucking sell mops. I want to sell you mops for what they're fucking used for. But it is kind of funny if someone were to try to paint over that on block. It would be fucking super annoying. It just bleeds, man. It bleeds. So that shit is definitely serious. So anyway, now that I've just been talking about fucking basically nothing for however long, I'm gonna wrap this up and get in the house. And I gotta try to get this Uprock order done. Shout out to Uprock. I'm thinking about doing, if you got a graffiti shop near you that you go into, I'm thinking about doing something with some shops that want to participate. I don't know. I gotta bounce the idea around. It's nothing crazy or anything, but I'm thinking about trying to do something to kind of support some of the shops that support us, and just to kind of have something cool and limited out there that people can get if they participate, if they're able to. And some people aren't going to be able to, so don't get the friends and family craziness. If you can't get to the shop to get it, it's not going to... All right, here, basically what I'm thinking is to release... I was going to try to make a darker red and release a special red that's only available in store, in person, not online, at participating shops, whoever they are, whoever they end up being. And it wouldn't be a lot. There wouldn't be 20 bottles in each shop. There'd probably be 5 or 4 even, because I just can't afford to fucking send out that much shit. But that's what I'm thinking about. I don't know. But I thought it would be kind of cool for people to try to get into these places in person. And then you're in the shop, buy something else, get some paint or some cool shit and support your local shop, because it is a tough fucking business. If I understand it the way I do, having a graffiti shop is difficult, especially if you're not in one of the meccas or a fucking serious metropolitan area. If you're not in a city, if you're in like where I live, I would be eating cat food in this little place. They call it a city, definitely not a city. I mean, it is definitely a city, but it is definitely not like the city I grew up in. And that city is not like New York City, for that matter. But anyway, and even then, you saw that shop in fucking... There's a couple shops in New York City. Fucking shout out Orchard Street. But you see the other big guys, man, they couldn't hang in there. I don't know why. They had... I don't know. What do I know? It seems like you need something else as well. Seems like the supply part, it's tough to just do supply. You have to kind of be utilizing that space for something else, whether it be t-shirts or printing or vintage records or fucking vintage clothing or music or a fucking venue, art gallery. It kind of has to have something else. So but this project would be to encourage people to seek out these shops and go in person to be able to get these inks that you will only be able to get there and in the aftermarket, which I don't think a Devastator aftermarket exists yet. Hopefully one day it will, and that'll be cool, where people are like, yo, where can I get this? That would be cool to have that, because I know there's shirts out there and there's some definite accessories that are out there that people don't have and that aren't coming back, and they surface sometimes in like stories and shit, and people are like, yo. But it would be hard. I think you'd be hard pressed to try to get someone to come off of their Devastator Zippo. So, all right, everyone, I love you guys. Thank you for tuning back in. I'll keep you updated on the Pod Garage situation. Maybe it'll be nothing. Maybe I said all that for nothing, and we'll come up with a solution to this problem at hand, which would be cool. But shout out to everybody who's always helping me build these things, and thank you, Stevie, and fucking coming to my rescue to help me fucking figure my life out, as you have for my entire life. So we'll figure that out. Shout out to my mom for dealing with me. But all right, that's all I got, man. I love you guys. Be good. MKA, shout out fucking Machine Studio. Machine Studio is, if you're not fucking shopping there, what are you doing? Shout out fucking Punch Marker. Dude, Punch Marker's about to come out with this fucking, I think the release. Yeah. He talked about it. The quarter pounder is a monster, son. It's a monster. If you have a Pilot Scribe, I think those are just over an ounce. So it's like the equivalent of having 4 fucking Pilot Scribes in your hand. Oh man, that shit is serious, boy. And I gotta say, I have to say this every time I get the chance. Some people like to put bullshit in the fucking other bullshit and call it not bullshit. Punch Marker shit is fucking fish as a blowfish, sir. That shit is where it's at. It's all solid. It's all top quality. Fucking the engineering is like, I don't believe the internals of some of these products. I know you're listening, sir. And I don't believe the internals and everything that goes into your projects. I don't think that shit is highlighted enough, because the craftsmanship is deep. And I don't think people understand what went into making that happen. They automatically just assume you put something in a Sharpie. Whatever the case, they have no idea. And I know this because we're friends and we talk about a lot of stuff and about the process of doing all this. But that, if people knew what the hell you did with all that shit, man, they'd be feeling lucky of what they are paying, because I think it's fucking worth a lot more. I think you're pretty easy on folks, because that shit is top tier shit. And I've seen other makers. You can go buy some bullshit. Like you can definitely go get some bullshit, or you can buy some quality shit that's gonna last you a fucking lifetime, and that's where it is. Or save your fucking life possibly, or get you in prison, depending on how fucking nutty you really are. But anyway, that's all. That's it. I love you guys. You didn't order nothing. Stop bullshitting. You were from a different country. Lying motherfucker. And if this dude did order something, he lying. Alright, love you guys. Goodbye.